All right, everybody, welcome back. A little outage here, but we're back on, so let's get on with the show. Coach, real quick, today, Modern Day skunked Duncanville. Everybody, if you read Max Preps or any of these other publications, they're all come out of the East Coast or the Midwest. Modern Day didn't stand a chance of winning this week.
Well, it just shows how good Orange County football really is. And it's one of those things, can't say I always root on Modern Day because they're at a little different level than we are.
Absolutely.
But anytime Orange County football goes anywhere, Texas, Nevada, any place like that, we're always rooting for our local teams, and did an unbelievable job going out and representing Orange County football. So very proud of those guys. Bruce Rollinson does such a great job, and man, their tradition's getting stronger and stronger.
Well, I don't see there could be any reason Modern Day still can't be number one because, first of all, Duncanville was number 13 in the country. That was their ranking, and everybody was saying this is going to be Modern Day's undoing because they did not have a game going in, which is nonsense. Schools like Modern Day don't forget to play football because they didn't have a scrimmage. Their scrimmages are probably better than most of the teams they play.
Right, but their scrimmage every day going against each other is an unbelievable matchup.
Absolutely.
And they maybe some people take that for granted, but they're so good on both sides of the ball, and they're so well schooled, and their technique, their schemes, they do such a great job over their offensive and defensively. So Bruce has really got it going on, and an amazing job, and congratulations to those guys.
The other score I wanted to throw at you, because again, they're not in your league, they're not somebody you're going to play, so it's easy, you can comment on it, it's not a big deal, but Norco just handling Santa Margarita. Now, we knew Norco was going to be good this year. Last year, they finally beat Corona Centennial for the first time in like 15 years, or at least that, maybe 10. But it's been the first time since Norco was they used to be the big dog up in the Inland Empire, and then Centennial just came in the last decade or so, and Matt Logan's just owned it.
Well, I know Norco was really happy. They were talking about returning like 22 of their 24 top guys.
Their quarterback's a stud, man.
Yeah, so they have it really going, headed in a good direction. But Santa Margarita was a lot of talk, but they were about to come up and get after Servite and Modern Day and Bosco.
No way.
I think it might be a little bit longer before that happens.
No, those guys are so entrenched, man. They're old school money, man. That's what we call it. But congratulations to the Monarchs. I know it's still early. It seems like the only games that matter anymore are Bosco, Modern Day, in terms of when you're getting to the big picture of things, not the regular neighborhood schools. We're talking the big picture, because let's face it, every state, everywhere you go, they have schools like these. They're factories, man, and you can't fault them for it. They are what they are. You can't. Here we are. We're talking about them. They're the best of the best. So you really can't fault them for it. For being so good, but they do need to go out and play like they are to play best schools.
That's what I like so much about what you guys are doing here with Prep Sports Night, and it's bringing them back where we all remember we'd go home, we'd get done with our game, go grab some pizza or an In-N-Out or something, go home and come back and watch you guys and give us the scores. And you do such a great job of talking about all the different leagues, whether it be like tonight, we've already touched on, of course, the Trinity League. You have to. It's impossible. But touching on the Sunset, obviously giving us Orange, but Empire League with Cypress, I think Tustin has a great team. Pacifica's doing a great job over there.
And Norco.
Yeah,
they're
Norco,
coming up.
The way that you guys hit all of the different areas is just such a great job, and that's why I'm so excited to be a part of this. And when you gave me an opportunity to come on this, and I believe in everything that you guys are doing, and I'm very happy that LA 36 is doing this, and hopefully we can continually keep growing, and I know I'll be checking on and watching you guys throughout. So.
Yeah, you remember the old days. It's going to get like that. It's going to be better. We have a lot of fun. Technology's made it so much easier to get a lot of things done in a short amount of time, so we're going to make sure we maximize that. But, Coach, I wish you continued success. I know you got a big job this week in Cypress. No slouch, man. Those guys have come on. And they've got, they've had a lot of success in not too recent past, and they're still succeeding now. So it's going to be quite a challenge for you guys.
Yeah, look forward to going against Coach Feldman. Like I said, Coach Crook's their D coordinator and stuff, and they just beat San Juan Hills tonight.
Great.
So, hey, no rest for the wicked. Like I said, we look forward to it, and hopefully we can get a chance to come back and show. But I do have a lot of faith in our guys, and I think our attention to detail will come back and deliver a good football game.
All right. Hey, where's Bobby Gibson? Yo. All right, Bobby, get ready, man. Got Coach going to be checking out here, Bob, and you want to come and say your goodbyes. You can do them proper, So, especially Bob pointing out last night, you guys got shut out for the first time since 1905, Coach.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him getting that to me. I didn't
You should've
remember
known
that
better,
since
man.
2015.
You should
I
have
knew
known
it,
better.
and I was walking by the car, and I seen you guys, and I thought about, should I walk over there or should I keep going? And I see John and Bob over there, and I definitely should have kept walking. So
Yeah, I told you.
that is
I
one of my.
told you.
That'll be one of my big regrets, and when I end up retiring, that'll be in my speech. If I would have just walked by those guys that
Yeah.
night, it would have been a little bit better.
Everything would have worked
Yeah,
out
everything
fine.
would've
And
worked out
Bob's
a
the
little
kiss of death.
That's
Bob,
the old joke. I'm the kiss of death, right?
I never ask
That's
Bob.
the old joke.
I'll never ask him who's to prognosticate one of your games because if he picks you, you're going to lose.
Well, I'm really excited because I heard him talking up Cyprus. So
I'm picking Cyprus next
yeah,
week.
if
His
we
coach
can
is
go-
right
if we
here.
can if we can get him to go there with his heart, that'd be a great job for us and give us a little bit of a chance at least.
What do you got, John? When do we got something going? But anyways,
I picked Duncanville today too. So.
he did. He did. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Randy.
don't
We're
think so.
gonna talk to Randy. Randy's got to own up because I was talking to Rosenblum. Calls
Randy
me today.
actually
Yeah.
did pick Duncanville, didn't
Yeah,
he?
and we were talking. I said, Randy, what do you think? Because he was getting ready to go do the Camino Real game tonight. Right. So we were talking. I said, Randy, I said, who you picking between Duncanville and Mater Dei? And he says, he goes, he talking. He goes, well, there's no way it's Duncanville's going to win that game. I think Duncanville's going to win. I said, Randy, Mater Dei's going to whip their tail. I'm telling you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So. Is Randy on the line? Okay, let's put him up. Can we get him on the air where we can talk to him without having? I need these guys to chime in.
I'm sorry, I can't do the echo. You have to use the IFP. Sorry.
I'll deal with the echo. Let's try it.
There he is.
Everybody's gonna miss out on this great interview, man. Hang on, Randy. I gotta find my IFB. But anyways, I'll finish telling the story because that way, Randy can't talk, right? I could say what I want.
Randy's gotta wait.
I know Randy's about to go kickoff, right? It's like 7 o'clock, and I know Randy's probably looking at his notes and all that. I thought later for Randy, I'm gonna call him. So I did let him know that that Duncanville was getting creamed by Mater Dei. I had to lay it on him, so I'm sure he wasn't happy about that. But let's let everybody on the tube listen to this interview right now. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Hold on, Randy. I don't hear a word you're saying. Okay. I still don't hear a word you're saying. Anyways, hang on, Randy. So I know it ruined his day. Randy, you there now?
No, his mic's not on.
Okay. Anyways, so I ruined his day because,
Right, because he wanted to pick.
But
Now he's
does
up.
that make Randy the new kiss of death, Bob?
It might. Do I relinquish the crown?
I don't know. Have to ask
Randy,
Randy.
are you the new guy?
Testing, Randy. Say testing.
I hear you guys well.
Okay, I can hear you now. How you doing, Randy?
I've been here the whole time, Rich, and you were right. That was a win really for Bruce Rollinson because if you look at the talent of Duncanville, it's certainly right there with Mater Dei, but Mater Dei was the much better prepared football team. And you're right, they trampled Duncanville.
Yeah.
And to go on the road and do that, that's a remarkable achievement and give the coaching staff and Rollinson a lot of credit.
Well, I kind of alluded to that. That would be the deciding factor. Would be Rollinson's experience. Rollinson playing in the big game. Rollinson having his team ready. I mean, I remember when Bruce Rollinson won his first title. They beat. I think it was Crespi with Russell White was the fullback. He was the big running back, and I remember being in the locker room after the game, and Rollinson telling the guys that he won the first title for Mater Dei back in like 1922 or something like that, and that team. The team that he was coaching today could have beat that team and come back an hour later and then beat the team they beat, which was Crespi, in the finals. So he was really happy and real confident. So, guys like Rollinson don't get beat by guys that in Duncanville. Think about it, It's like getting beat by Mayberry RFD.
Yeah, the impressive thing there, Rich, is how good they were on both sides of the football. They dominated offensively. Elijah Brown is a gifted sophomore quarterback. They got great running backs and tremendous receivers. C.J. Williams, a very nice football player on the flanks, caught a touchdown.
Yes,
but
sir.
It's the defense. We're seeing that from both St. John Bosco, and we saw that against the team from Miami Central High School last week with Bosco. Bosco and Mater Dei both have terrific defenses, which gives their offenses plenty of opportunity, and obviously they're good on both sides of the football. And again, for Mater Dei to go on the road, go to Dallas, Texas, then to Duncanville and win the football game is mighty impressive.
Well, it's funny to hear you say that too. About those two clubs. Hold on, Randy. In those terms, but again, you got two really good ball clubs going. I like to see those games come on early, like they have been. I like to see them playing early You know, I like the way Bosco played played Central Miami in their game, because let's face it, Miami Central is always in the top 20. They're a good ball club. And again, it was good to see, Mater Dei out Duncanville, number 13 team in the country, taking them on early on. And that's what I like about these games with these schools early, because they would never do this before. The top teams in the country would never want to play each other. They'd lose their standing.
Great. I think it's great. And again, St. John Bosco played Alamany, Bishop Alamany from the Valley, which is a very good football team, and they won 24-3 St. John Bosco tonight. So Bosco's not avoiding people. Mater Dei's playing all the best, so they're playing the top teams. We know now that Servite's got a terrific team after what they did to Mission Viejo last night, and their quarterback Fafita is terrific, and he has gifted wide receivers. So the Trinity League's top 3 teams are incredible this year. So that Trinity League race is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have some tremendous matchups.
Yeah, a lot more fun than it's been in the past. I like the fact that Servite is licking around the edges now. Dan DeForest over here is talking all night about how Servite's going to win the Super Bowl this year, and I told him, like I told you guys last year, it takes a while for somebody like, excuse me, I'm going to bring this in now. Somebody to get their program back and actually take over Mater Dei and Bosco. It's not going to happen, Randy. It's not going to happen like that. Not that quickly.
Well, it takes time, and you were right about Servite. Now, they were very, very good last year. They had a terrific season.
Right.
But all their players from last year, by and large, are back. And they also got Burnett healthy, who's a tremendous Division I tight end. So that's a good Servite football team that's experienced. They had trouble the last time they played Mission Viejo. This time they blew them out. So you know that they're going to be pointing for Mater Dei and St. John Bosco. Not a guarantee that the Friars and Troy are going to get it done this time. But I think they're going to be very competitive, and those are going to be 4-quarter games when Servite and Mater Dei and Servite and St. John Bosco get together. I don't think you're going to have the kind of blowouts that we've seen this week.
Well, we knew, Troy Thomas, the last team to actually penetrate this Mater Dei Bosco group, I believe, was Troy Thomas. And before that, it was Santa Margarita's guys. So Harvey Welch. So it's been a long time since it's somebody else has taken the helm in the Trinity League. And I still think, maybe Servite's a year or two away. Like I told you, I just cannot see Bosco and Mater Dei giving up their reign in that league. I think they're just too far ahead for somebody just to walk in and take over.
I don't disagree.
This is my belief.
Again, Servite is built up to this year. So if there's any year they're going to, and again, Mater Dei and Bosco are terrific football teams, but if there's any year, Servite's built up to this season, and they have players who can do some damage. So they got a shot, and we'll see if they can get it done, and we'll find out when they get on the football field.
So what's going on tonight in the city section, Randy?
A lot of things, and you're right about El Camino Real. They played at Pasadena tonight, and they lost. They gave up 55 points, but the Conquistadors, formerly the Conquistadors, now the Royals, this is their second game as the Royals. They changed the name. Did put 23 points up, and Ryan Feinberg threw a couple touchdown passes, and he looked a little bit better. So Coach Zabalik told me they're getting better. He likes their improvement. They're maturing. And Coach Sabalik's going to join us next week on the program. And they're getting better. They'll host their first game next week against Harvard Westlake. But really, to me, an interesting story tonight, Rich, is Dorsey hadn't played in 2 years. And Stephon Johnson, their former great running back who started USC, took over the program and has been waiting 2 years to play. And they shut out Santa Monica at home, 14-0. Josh Coleman throws a touchdown, a very good quarterback. By the way, who's going to be a broadcaster, already has his own podcast. So I'm very impressed that Stephon got Dorsey ready, and after a 2-year layoff, won and beat Santa Monica at home. I think that's a real highlight and a great win for the city. There were some terrific games in the city. Maybe the best one was the Garfield at Canoga Park game. That was a back-and-forth game. Garfield's great running game, scoring. Canoga Park with big play after big play, and finally Garfield pulled away, scored over 50 points, and outscored a very good Canoga Park team who was the Division II champions in 2019. The Hunters are better than most people think. So that was a good road win for Garfield.
What was the final on that one, Randy? What was the final score on that game?
I got it right here.
50 points in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me?
No, they didn't score
Is that
all
Huntington
50 in
Beach
the
out there
fourth quarter.
playing?
54-28 was the final.
All right,
54-28.
54-28. No, they didn't score 50. Bob just pulled the rest of his hair out right now. He cannot believe that they scored that many points in the quarter, but they did, Bob.
Yeah,
Right?
they scored a
No,
lot of
I'm
points
lying.
in the second half.
I'm totally lying.
They,
Yeah,
they
that-
didn't score 50 in the quarter, but they did score a lot in the second half.
Yeah,
Out
yeah,
distance
that's amazing.
100. The other intriguing matchup for me tonight was Kennedy, a rapidly improving program in Granada Hills, going to Chavez. Now, Chavez is a lower division East Valley team, but had upset San Fernando 8-6 last week.
Yeah, I saw that score.
Yeah, and so that was a great win, and they hosted Kennedy, and I thought that would be a game that we're going to find out because Troy Cassidy has a good Kennedy team this year. How good the Eagles are at Chavez. Well, we found out Kennedy just was too strong, 41-0. They have a great running back by the name of Manu, who scored 4 touchdowns, and they were just too physical and too strong for Chavez, who prides itself on defense, but they could not slow down the Golden Cougars.
Wow. All right. So, Randy, I want to ask you stories that broke earlier this week, and we'll talk a little bit about this more at the end of the show, is about the situation at Crenshaw, man.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought I would see the day where the Cougars would not field a football team. It's just, I can't imagine it. It's like modern day not fielding a team,
Right.
really, because that's what Crenshaw would be kind of to the southern section, would be like a modern day Bosco right now. One of the better teams. But, man, when you don't have enough people, but I believe we've talked about this in the past, that probably is the charter schools that are sucking all the life out of the great athletes in the area.
Yeah,
out of these
there's no
schools.
question about it. And with View Park building up all its athletic programs, it's taken away from Dorsey and Crenshaw. And it's right down the street, View Park, from Crenshaw. It's interesting about the Cougars. Robert Garrett's still their coach. He's been there better than 30 years. He's legendary in the LA City section. He's won numerous city championships, and he's won a state title. But the problem is he doesn't have any students on campus. They're under 600, right around 500, 550 kids on campus. When he had the football team hopefully ready to go, he only had 14 players, and you can't play with 14.
Right.
Last I heard, he's up to 18 as he's trying to get kids to come out and play. So he's literally recruiting. They hope to start football in 4 or 5 weeks, but that's not a guarantee. So it's iffy if we see Crenshaw Cougar football. It's possible, but it's iffy at this point.
Unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable to me. I didn't think I'd ever see that in my lifetime.
Yeah, me neither.
Those city mainstays. Look at, Manual Arts has survived, right? That's the oldest school.
Manual Arts has had some decent teams in recent years, although they lost today. But Manual Arts lost to Hamilton. Hamilton's got a pretty good football team, by the way. They're 2-0. It could be the year of the Yankees in baseball and in football. So the Hamilton Yanks in football are not bad. But Manual Arts put up a good fight, but Hamilton beat them tonight. But you're right. Manual Arts is still going. Locke is still playing. So there are inner city schools that are getting enough numbers to play. They're just not winning a lot of football games.
Any other games of interest tonight, Randy?
Well, I got a few of them here. Let me check out. I think Banning 50-0 over Cerritos.
Wow.
When you look at how teams play, Banning is a physical, menacing team out of the Marine League, and they just took it to Cerritos. It was never a close game, and they run the football. They have Galloway, who's a terrific running back, but they got other performers involved tonight. Everybody had a good night at Banning, and that's why they won 50-0. And again, I go back to Garfield. Garfield's win was another big game for them. They go to 2-0 with their victory at Canoga Park. And a kid by the name of Robert Sanchez, and they had other running backs rush for more yards than Sanchez in the game, but he carried it 10 times on one drive. So I think that's note, and they scored on that drive. So again, we're seeing back to basics in the city section. A lot of these teams are priding themselves on the running game. Garfield, Banning. Probably the negative tonight, and I didn't see the final, but Chaminade was ahead 49-7 late over Birmingham. That was a game pitting Jim Rose against his former head coach that he coached for at Birmingham, Ed Crozen, before he went to Chaminade, and they play the game. But that was not a game that Birmingham figured to win. But in the long run, Birmingham will get better, even though they're 0-2 to begin the season. So I think that's a game of note, that the Patriots are 0-2, and Jim Rose lost to his old buddy Ed Crozen again. But Chaminade's a very strong program, and that was really a game where Birmingham was just trying to improve on what they did last week.
Well, we know Garfield's doing well this year. How's Roosevelt doing? Because we're looking at that game, the Classic, as a game of the week this year.
Yeah, that's a real valid point. I didn't see Roosevelt score tonight. I think their program's coming along. I think they'll be better this year, and the Roosevelt Garfield game is back. I think that's the story. They didn't play it last year when we had our spring league. The two schools did not play. So we haven't seen the game in over a year and a half. And if you go back, Garfield's won the last 10 in that rivalry. So, and the last time they played, Garfield beat them 25-0. And Roosevelt, that was an improvement. So I think that the Roosevelt program is getting better. Garfield's got a young, very talented football team. They'll probably be the favorite when we get to the Classic. But Rich, I would say to you, that's a game to do this year because it's back. And I think there'll be great interest in the community when Garfield and Roosevelt finally get together.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see that again. Hopefully they'll fill the stadium up. The beauty of that game is it's both teams' homecoming. It's both schools' homecoming. Randy, you've probably seen 100 of those out of the 102 that have been played. So you know what it's all about. It's a big festive evening. Back in the day, they used to sell out Weingart Stadium, 26,000, 25,000 people, plus the people outside be waiting. They'd be picnicking everywhere. It was like going to a Raider game or a USC game back in the day where everybody just tailgates on campus, has a good time prior to kickoff. So it reminded me of that atmosphere. So hopefully they'll be able to capture some of that magic back, especially with everything that's been going on, all these delays with this football stuff. It's just been a real pain.
Yeah, let's just hope we can get the fans back in and we can get that kind of crowd. It'll be at Weingart Stadium on the campus at East LA again. And it really is a classic. And, the crowds have diminished in recent years, maybe to 10 or 12,000 because they're all Garfield fans because Roosevelt didn't anticipate that they could win the game. But I think Roosevelt will have a shot. It'll be competitive. And, with the fact that there wasn't a game in that rivalry last year, I would imagine we'll have a nice crowd when they finally get together later in the year.
It's funny, for two teams that are nowhere near the top of the heap in football in high school sports, it just blows my mind that every year, especially for the longest time, that they were the biggest game every year with the 10 to 12.
Biggest game east of the Mississippi is how they used to build the game. And what's interesting, Lorenzo Hernandez does a great job as the coach at Garfield, and he's trying to come off that stance a little bit. Yeah, he loves winning the Classic, but he says, hey, my job is to try to win city championships. And he's won one at the lower division. He's won a regional championship. So Garfield's trying to be bigger than just the Classic.
I'm pointing at Bob saying, Bob, watch this. So, Randy, what's the Classic stand at right now? What's the one-loss record between these two? They've been playing it for a million years. What is it? Watch this, Bob. He's going to tell you off the top of his head.
Got it.
Go ahead, Randy.
I don't really have the numbers, but I'll tell you.
Lie.
This.
Randy's lying right now. You're making me lose my bet with Bob. That's all you're doing, Randy.
Bob, you've just pocketed some cash.
Bob, you just pocketed some cash, Randy said.
There you go.
You owe me, Bob. I get 10%.
Wish I could hear what
I
he
think
was
it's
saying.
pretty close because I think it's over the years, both teams have gone on streaks. This is the best streak ever.
Right,
I think
right.
Roosevelt at one time won 6 in a row when they had Mike Garrett, the former great running back. But right now, Garfield's in the greatest streak in the history of the series. But it's pretty close, and they've played a lot of games.
Right. All right, Randy. Well, listen, appreciate the update right now. Figure out some more stuff between now. We got an hour to go of this show, so we'll be hanging out. You got the number.
I'm here just enjoying the program and listening to the coaches, and I'm excited the fact that we have high school football back when it's supposed to be played. I'm thrilled that the powers in Southern California really showed their muscles tonight. Not just Modern Day, but I believe Centennial went to San Diego and beat Cathedral Catholic the last I saw, so that's a great win.
Nice.
It's a very good San Diego program.
Absolutely.
Again, we mentioned Bosco beating Alamany. Sierra Canyon over Oaks Christian. Sierra Canyon's got a good team.
They beat Oaks Christian tonight, huh?
7 great teams in the Southern section.
Love it. All right, Randy, appreciate it, man. We got some other callers calling in right now. We've also have another interview, but check back a little bit later if you got some more stuff for us, Randy.
All right, you take care, Rich.
All right, Randy Rosenblum, Mr. LA City section. Bob, Hall of Famer.
Of course.
With the
He is in
section.
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Famer, man.
Of course he is. A couple of years ago, he and Eric went in together.
That's right, they did, didn't they?
They're a tandem deal.
We
anyway.
had a good time
They had to
with
go in
that.
together. They're a tandem deal.
All right, we have Kevin on the phone. John?
He's on the rendezvous.
Oh, okay. All right, let's pull him up there. Mr. Director, let's do it. Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
I'm live.
Kevin, you are live right now. How you doing?
I guess stage fright is what I have to say right now. Yeah.
All right, Kevin. Now, at Western, you're handling a lot of the film. You're handling a lot of the organizing of that stuff. I heard you're a real technical wizard.
Yes, I am.
All right. So, what do you tell me what you do during football season? What is your job? You know, do you have to shoot them? Do you have to label the tapes? What do you do? What do you?
Basically, I work for the Pioneer Press. Well, I don't really work for them. It's just something I do for fun. Really, I really like doing this, kind of a hobby.
Sure.
Pioneer Press. Obviously, it's operated by the exclusive Creator Academy only at Western.
Nice.
And what happened was that in I believe late March, Mr. Almedo, he's like the bigwig, I guess. He said, "Hey, Kevin, we have a big opportunity," and I was like, "Okay, what is the opportunity?" He's like, "We need someone to go down there, shoot football. I need you to contact this guy named Victor. We have like 2 ASB girls that have this equipment. All the equipment's ready, and everything should go well." And then after making sure it was safe, because obviously a COVID was still booming back then, I said, "Yeah, of course I'll go." And then that's history from there.
Yeah, well, that's good though. I mean, it's something you like
Yeah.
doing. You know. What about that academy? What do they do? They take the upper echelon students that things come easy to, and they want to learn some more.
Yeah, because I would say Western has a good sort of selection for electives, and the Creator Academy is one of them.
Right. That's
Yes.
great, man. That's great. So you're looking forward to football season? I guess you were kind of bummed out last year, right? Half a season, maybe. You only had 5 games last
I
year.
mean,
It
yeah,
tough.
that was kind of the adrenaline, because obviously I was excited that we were gonna start, being able to do this, and of course we might start. We're probably gonna do this even without COVID, and I'm very looking forward to this.
All right. Well, listen, man, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, man. You know.
I am.
You keep working hard. You seem to, just keep everything together. It's too bad. Yesterday you came up in the press box. We did, we were so busy we didn't have time to talk. But
Yeah.
I'm certainly
Yeah,
glad
yeah,
that you're doing well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was a day off for me, since I didn't have to transmit stuff. When LA36 was doing it,
Right,
so I just
right.
hang out in the crowd.
That's
So, yeah.
good though. Yeah, that's great, man. Well, listen,
Yeah,
continued
and
success
obviously,
to you. Kill it. Go
yeah.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Obviously, I was very shocked by I believe it was 0 to 40 something yesterday.
41. Don't keep repeating
41.
that. Yeah. You're killing Coach right now, man. Cringes
Yeah,
when he hears that.
I'm so sorry, but
Hey, but listen,
some people
listen.
say, "Oh, we're
Kevin?
gonna bounce back later."
Kevin, I was telling Coach that 14 teams got shut out yesterday. 14, all right? And you guys are only in the middle of the pack of those shutouts. There was 7 teams that had a worse beating than allegedly you got, Dan. Now, Bob's telling me to say all this stuff. I just want you to know. This is coming. Bob's like the puppet master over here. You see him doing the marionette thing. Anyways, Kevin, we're just giving Coach a bad time right now. But
Yeah,
it
but I
wasn't
mean,
that.
some people say, after this we're gonna bounce back.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, can only go up from there, right? I mean, you guys had good success in that first
Yeah.
game, but you're going to
Yeah.
take one on the chin. It's time you guys got a little humbled and realized that you got a lot of work to do. So
Yeah,
time to buckle down
yeah.
and get going.
Yeah. What I have to say is it doesn't get easier, but we do get stronger. That's what I would say.
Yep. Yep, going both ways, man. It takes a lot of stamina. So, yep, things will get better. Things aren't even bad. You guys played a really good ball club this week. I mean, it's a pretty big school, David versus
Yeah.
Goliath, and it was Goliath's turn. David got him
Yeah,
last
and
time.
we're looking forward to doing other sports, because last year we also did wrestling. I'm also looking to doing wrestling, along with some of the other sports that Western has to offer.
Good, man. Well, keep it rolling. Maybe we can use some of your stuff on here, because we're doing everything preps
Yep.
on this show. Tonight's just the first night, getting our
Yep.
feet wet, getting all our stuff worked out. But we're going to be having
Yeah.
highlights, more interviews. Tonight is just the inaugural. So
Yeah. May I shout out some people live on air before I go?
you sure can.
Okay, so hold up. Obviously, the VIP person, I have to shout out Coach Davidson. He's an amazing person. And then who else? Mr. OMG Almedo. He better be watching this. Obviously, he's the big wig of the whole Creator Academy. Victor, I know he's watching this. He texted me.
Victor. Okay.
You're amazing. And then what else? Some of the people that have helped. So there's the assistants that have helped me throughout the streaming process. Of course, Alexander, Victoria, Leilani, Palma. I'm so sorry if you're watching this and I did not mention your name. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head. And obviously, may I I just said I did good in my home language, even though I probably butchered it, and
That's
I'm
all
cringe
right.
when I repeat it. But yeah, this kind of unnecessary since they're right outside that room.
That's
But
all right.
yeah, mom, dad, Grant, Banoy.
Listen, what you're supposed to say in case you don't leave anybody out is just say it to all the homies.
Yeah,
And that covers
all the homies.
everybody. There you go. That covers
Everyone.
everybody, including Bob Gibson over here. So
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah, looking forward to football season this year. Hopefully, we win the next game. Hopefully, we win all of the rest of the games. We will bounce back.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations once again. Like I said, you're an inspiration, kid. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
I also
again.
yeah. I also made a short film. It's called "How Western Does Live Streams," and it's basically a whole short film going over the process.
Right.
I was really proud to produce that.
Right on. Busy kid, man. Right on.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah.
Well,
15 and busy.
We'll visit again. We're going to be out at Western again for another game, so we'll see you then. Until then, enjoy yourself, man. Keep going forward.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. All right, Bob, that's Kevin. He handles a lot of the film process over.
I
And,
know.
film guys are important because, you got to have film exchange and this and that. Now, nowadays, it's not quite like that. Right.
It's not the days the coaches meeting in the parking lot.
That's what was going
with the dusty
on.
old
And it was always
canister,
the coach that would-
the half-inch tape.
I've heard so many stories about that, but Kevin is he's obviously very technically inclined, youngster. I said he was 15 years old. I believe he tests on the scale a little bit for autism, but he just is a smart kid, and you could just see what he's doing. I mean, he's going to go places.
No, he's outstanding, right? I mean, he really
He knows
he's
more about this stuff than we
completely
do,
than we
Bob.
do, I
and we
know,
started out
100%.
from the bottom 30 years ago.
He's got it all dialed in. Good
Yeah.
for him, man, and good for that program over there at
Yeah,
Western.
nice job, man.
Right.
Nice job
Absolutely.
indeed. Anyway, he did mention about the score from last night's game again. I know
We're not bringing that
Coach
up anymore.
Davidson's busy
we're
right
not,
now.
We're not bringing that up anymore.
Bob, real quick, I want to talk to you about the scoreboard right now. Let's talk about some of the scores from last night. The one that jumped out to me the most was how bad Servite beat Mission Viejo,
I know,
man.
right?
I don't know how to take that score.
Look, I've been saying, I said it last year, right? I thought it was Servite's here a year ago. I think I was a year too early on that.
I think you're still 2 years too early.
No, I think look, this has got to be Servite's year. The Servite
Why?
can't wait. They can't wait any longer.
You said that about the Rams for 22 years, Bob.
Modern Day and Bosco will never stop getting kids to go to those two
Of course
schools
not,
now.
no.
Right? That is a pipeline at those
The
two
program.
schools. Right. So Servite has Noah Fafita, right? They got the top receiver. They got everything in place. Now they may not have quite the horses Modern Day or Bosco has, although I think they're a little closer to Bosco than Modern Day. Modern Day's off the charts, off the planet right now. We'll talk about their score in a minute, but
Right.
this has got to be Servite's year, right? If Troy Thomas is going to pull off what he wants to pull off this year and coach them up, now maybe they don't get Modern Day, maybe they can only get one of the two.
Right.
Maybe they get Bosco, maybe they don't get Modern Day. But if you knock off Bosco and you get to that number 2 spot, you've really done something.
Hey, we're gonna get. Hey, Dan, come in and get a picture with us. John, go ahead and do it on the fly, man. He's got to go to the bathroom or something. He's dancing
Get him
over
in
here.
here.
So get in the middle here, will you? We hate to see our guests leave without saying goodbye and stuff like that. So
Get over
here we
here.
go, man. You guys will see this.
That picture right there.
You can see it on the website or something down the road. But Dan, we really enjoyed having you, man. Really did. Thanks for getting Kevin on here with us too.
Thanks, Coach.
Remarkable kid, man.
Appreciate it. Thank
Always.
You guys.
All right,
See you
Big
soon.
Dan. Thanks
All
again.
right.
All right, but yeah, Bob, I was very shocked by that score. I'm still not.
I'm not sure if that's more of an indictment on Mission Viejo or if it's more.
Well, we don't know coming out of
we don't
COVID.
know. We don't know what. Yeah, and we
Coming
don't
out
know
of COVID, we don't
Mi-
know.
Mission Viejo, would traditionally be a really good game. Those two met in the playoffs a year ago, and
Right.
Mission Viejo won the game. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if that's Mission Viejo's come down a notch or Servite's that much better.
Listen.
I think to me the answer is Servite's that much better.
Nobody more than me wants to see this Servite jump in there and start raising some havoc in the Trinity League.
Right.
We'll have to wait and see. Hey, should we just go pick up the phone? We got who? James? Jim?
Alan.
Alan? Is he ready? We got a caller.
Let's go to Alan.
I'm waiting for John to give me the high sign.
You got it?
Hello, Alan. Big Al.
Richard, how are you?
Hey, doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm fine there. You know, you're like Lazarus rising from the grave there. I tell you, you got more lives than a cat. I'm
Hey,
glad
listen.
to see you back on the air.
Well,
Doing so-
it took us that long to go broke, so that's why we're back here working on the air here, me and Bob. You know?
Oh, you still got Robert there, huh?
Yeah, still got Bobby over here. How you been, man? I remember you. We used to call back.
I was
when we
gonna
were
say, is this the
Time
guy who
Warner.
used to call in back
His-
in the?
I think his wife used to like our show more than he did.
Is this the same guy?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds like him. Right, Alan? Hey, Alan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think I hung up on him.
We lose Alan?
He's calling back.
Uh-oh, get him back.
Hold on, Alan.
Was that my bad?
Rich hung up on him.
We ready? Hey, Alan? Alan.
Hey, what are you? Got no budget? Can't pay your bill?
Listen,
Hey,
man.
Grant. Adele's going to be the gut. We were watching All American. You ever watch that show? It's a great show.
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, there's some good ones out there now.
We're saying there's no platform anymore. You know, she loves that. She was a former phys ed teacher. So
Yeah.
I said, I'm glad to see you back up there again. Yeah, you know, we need something like this with everything with COVID and all that other stuff there. You know, it's just refreshing. Good luck to you, though, Richard.
Hey, thanks a bunch, and tell your wife hello. I remember you said your wife used to like watching our show back when we were back in the Time Warner days.
She's out like a light. If I wake her up now,
Sound like a lie.
huh?
Well, get it on tape.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
All right,
Yeah.
Al. Listen, man, you check back in anytime, man. Love you
You
guys.
take care of Richard. Hey, Robert, behave yourself.
Oh, I'll try.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah, he's always in trouble.
See you later, guys.
All right, Alan, thank you.
All right.
Right on. Yeah, it's good to see guys back from the day. You know, a lot of
They're
people.
finding us again. Look at that. Just like that, they found us
Well,
all
even
over
like
again,
Coach
right?
Davidson
Yeah.
was saying, you know, he remembers back in the
Right.
day, and it was kind of wild, and we hope to bring that back. You know.
That's really what we want to do.
All right,
Absolutely,
back to
100%.
business now. The second big score last night, besides the Servite Mission Viejo game, was the Norco game. Now we shouldn't be surprised because we've talked about Norco. You know, I want to see them play a Trinity League team.
Yeah.
I just do. I just want to see
Well, they
where
did.
they're at. Well, we already found out they just
No,
played
I know.
one,
They
Santa
did,
Margarita,
right.
but
That's-
I'm talking the big three right,
Right.
now.
they're- So go up the next
Yes.
rung on the ladder is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Because
sir.
You know, Santa Margarita's an improved team, right? Santa Margarita's kind of been floating in the
Yep.
couple coaching changes, floating in the weeds a little bit. They've got that dialed back in over there. We saw that over the summer, right? Santa Margarita's starting to rebuild it back in. Norco's really good, though. We know Norco's just a top team.
their quarterback,
defeated
yeah.
Centennial
Yeah, good
a
lineman.
year ago, first time in a while. I have no problem saying that I think Norco is probably a favorite in that game. We're talking Centennial still, but I think Norco's the favorite in that game because of the result a year ago and what we're seeing out of Norco right now.
And you can't call that victory a fluke last year. I saw
No,
that game,
not at
man.
all.
They kept the pressure on Coronel Centennial the whole game. And again, it was no way Norco was going to win that game, right? They hadn't won in like 12 years or 15 years. I would have to look that up and be
It's been a
concise.
while.
It had been a
It's
long,
been a while.
more than a decade before anybody's unseated Corona Centennial.
Right.
And finally, Norco, man, and they weren't afraid of them. They went toe to toe. They stood, you know, took their best shots. And still came back, man.
Right.
They did not waver one bit.
No, it was a great performance. I like the way they just took out Santa Margarita in this game. That's a solid, you know, mid-tier Trinity League team, and that tells you Norco really believes in themselves this year, right? They really think they've got something special, and they do. They have every right
I think
to
they
believe
believed in themselves last year. I would have loved
Oh,
to see that
100%.
team go into a playoff situation.
But now, like you just said, we can say that's no fluke, right? So you beat Centennial, now you beat Santa Margarita. Now,
No,
okay,
yeah.
now we start talking about where do they fit, right? Could they go up the next rung on the ladder? Could they face a Servite? That may be too big of a test right there. I don't know, but why not, right? No, I'm sure Norco feels like give us the shot, right? We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll
Why
take
wouldn't
that
you?
shot.
Why wouldn't
100%. They're ready.
you? You know.
They look ready.
And so I'm looking forward to that one. Now, one thing we're going to be treated to early this year, just looking ahead at the schedule, some of the big games. Bosco Mater Dei are going to play like in October 1st or something like that. I mean, they're going to play right out of the chutes,
Right.
man. They're like game one. Normally, that's the last game of the year. And then they got to play 3 weeks later in the CIF finals or whatever, you know.
But see, I like it this way.
Yeah. Play early. Play early.
Play it early, and then
Yeah,
if we
smack
do
each
get
other
that rematch
around.
later on, then that's going to be fun too.
Yeah, but there-
I don't know. Servite wants to be the spoiler though. I don't see any reason why they can't be.
Here's the deal right now with the national picture. Modern Day has to keep their foot on the gas. If they don't keep their foot on the gas, IMG Academy is going to be the national champ. Number one, they're only going to play like 7 games because nobody will play them because
Right.
it's a professional high school football team. You know, it's kind of like that team in Vegas that Bull went to. What was it, Nevada something? Henderson?
Whatever it was. right?
Anyways,
And then,
they got
there's-
15 kids in the school, and all 15 play basketball. All boys too. So very interesting what's
Some
going
of these
on.
academies are set up for,
They're set up strictly for
as
sports.
athletic powerhouses. you
But
know,
the
so-
last time IMG Academy played Modern Day, what happened? Modern Day beat them.
yeah, they did.
So, but they're going to have to keep their foot on the gas. Bosco's going to have 2 chances at knocking Modern Day off. 2 chances.
Yep.
And Bosco really should be the reigning national champ because before the COVID year, they were the champ.
And again, I don't see why Servite can't be in this picture though. I know you don't believe in him as much as I do.
No, I'm not saying they can't be in the picture. I just don't think that they're going to have enough to beat the 2 big guys right now. The 2 big guns. That's 2 big arms you got to fight off. I don't know if they can fight them both off.
They're flying high.
They
right
might
now.
get Modern Day, they might get Boss, but they're not going to get both of them in the same year. And that's what you have to do to win the title.
You're right. I don't see Servite knocking off both Bosco and Modern Day. Like I said, I think they can aim for Bosco. I think that's a legitimate. I don't know who's going to beat Modern Day. I mean, they beat the number 13 team. They went on the road to Texas.
It wasn't even close.
Number 13 ranked team in the
Wasn't even
nation.
close.
Modern Day's number 1 and 45.
And
to
La Mirada's
3.
got him in 2 weeks.
Look, Modern Day went pick 6 right off the top. Damani Jackson took it back, and then they got the big touchdown run, 75-yard. Their first offensive play of the game, 75-yard touchdown run. So
Right.
right off the bat,
Right.
Like Modern Day is like, we're here, we're in Texas. We don't care what you're ranked here in Texas.
Right.
We don't care because you can't match what we do.
Right, right.
You can't do what you don't have the athletes that we have, and nobody does. Nobody has the stable of athletes that Bruce Rollinson has at Modern Day right now.
Yep.
Just insane with the level that they've taken it to. Bosco's close. We know Bosco's right there. Does Bosco have the horses to match that? I don't think anybody does.
It's not only the level of athletes. There's schools out there with athletes, but you have to be able to get them to believe in what you're doing and coach them. And a lot of these elite kids don't want to be coached up. They already know it all, right? They're here. You know, what do I got it? What are you going to teach me, coach? Can you run a 4.240?
Well, Modern Day's not a Johnny come lately either.
No,
right? Bruce
no.
Rollinson's been around the block so many times. He's had Heisman Trophy winners come through.
Rollinson
that
has
school,
the
so-
luxury of telling a starter, you're done. That's it, because the next guy up is just as good or better.
It was obvious, several years ago that Modern Day program had taken a little bit of a step back, and whatever they did to dial it back in, man, they were losing to city section teams. Carson beat them a couple years back, but boy, what they've done to turn that thing around,
Yeah.
not only just to be good again, but to be great and to be the best team in the nation.
Right.
It just really tells you what they've done. But I mean, we could talk about Modern Day all day long.
Well, yeah.
There's enough to talk about with them. We got other.
Larry,
people
we
to
got
talk
some
about as
Norco
well.
highlights to run real quick from last year's. No, all right. So, no, I just want to see what they do
No, but
when
it's
they get in the
interesting
mix.
right off the top.
'Cause I think
Four-
they could play